Hello guys, welcome to 106 episode of the Three Hammers. I thought it was 106 last week. It's 106 this week. I will get it right this week. Me and Paul are going to discuss West Ham versus Liverpool game. What a performance. Really heartbreaking result in the end. We're going to be talking about the Southampton game, building up to that. Talk a little bit about Tyson Fury and Wilder 2. And obviously talk about the protest that's coming up this weekend. That's it, guys. That's what we're going through. If you want to join in on the chat, please do on Twitter and on YouTube. Let's go.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, mate. Right. A little bit more positivity, mate, shall we say.
Good evening, Thomas.
Tom. Yeah,
good evening.
Good evening. So, Monday came and went. We all sort of expected a bit of a massacre. I don't know, mate. There was a lot of positives to take from that game.
Lots and lots of positives, mate. I was over chuffed, as Colton would say, and that's all you want. That's all you can ask for. I went crazy after, even before the City game, about the lineup, and we set out to just to lose by not too many. We gave that game up before we even started. Yeah, against Liverpool, no one expected us to win. I never expected to go there and win. To be honest, I probably never even expected us to go there and score. But we went out, we played with some attacking intent, we were pressing, and we scored 2 goals. You know, it's only us and Everton who have scored twice more than once at Anfield this season.
And the goals we concede, don't get me wrong, I still think Liverpool, even if they wouldn't have got those goals, probably would have went on and scored goals. But you look at the goals we conceded as well. Fabianski, of all the players to make an error, you can forgive him purely because he is so consistently good. The first one was slightly Fabianski's fault as well, and the second one was just a little bit lucky as well. Their third one as well, the winning goal.
The winning goal, just nothing was dealt. The first goal, I think Fabianski, he got an hand to it. He should have been better. Should have got it away. The second goal was shocking. It took a little deflection. Yeah, it went through Ogbonna's legs, but got to be saving that. Like you say, can't be too hard on Fabianski. The amount of points he's saved us over the last 18 months. Can't really complain too much about Fabianski. It's just such a shame that our most reliable player decided to have a bad day.
I know, mate. And it's been goalkeeper all season, hasn't it? That's the point.
When for once the rest of the team actually played really, really well. I don't think I would have any complaints about any of the actual players, to be honest. I was a bit critical.
Anderson.
I was going to say
Anderson was poor.
I was a bit critical of Felipe Anderson in the first half, but I think he actually grew into the game in the second half. I think he was a lot better before he came off. Loads of positives. Obviously, Soucek going off is a big negative. I don't know. I haven't seen how long he's out for. Bowen looked really good. That run at the end, unlucky not to score. Fantastic.
Yeah, hit Alisson's head, didn't it?
Yeah.
I didn't think Noble was that great. Again, I know I'm one to dig him out, but
I don't think he did anything massively wrong though either. I don't think I'd want to dig out any of the players after that performance. Ogbonna was sensational again. He's been fantastic. That's probably Ogbonna's probably been the one big positive this season, along with like Declan Rice. Ogbonna's been fantastic. Rice again was brilliant. I was really pleased that Ngakia, the young kid at right back, brilliant.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about him in a minute. What really made me happy, mate, is a guy who'd been calling to come back in for now. That was a proper yours, Dave. Do you know what I mean? Like coming on, scored really good goal as well. Good movement. He shinned it in a little bit, but he did really well as well. He was moving around. He's very mobile. He's got to start. When we talk about Southampton in a little bit, he has to start that game.
No, definitely.
Mate. Sorry, I was just checking the comments there.
Yeah, I think he did. Fornell was brilliant, came on, scored. That's why he needs to be in the team. I do think he sort of faded out the game a little bit after that. But yeah, 100%, he has to start. I don't know why he's just been dropped from the team completely. But I come away from that game disappointed that we didn't get something. And who would have thought that going into the game?
Yeah,
So
we deserved at least a draw in that game. Yeah, you can look at the stats and they had 20 odd shots on target, but I don't know. Points in the game, I started to believe. Did I? I genuinely started to believe. It's like, might do this. You
I
might
don't know.
actually do this.
When 4-0 scored, then it went 2-1. I just looked at it and it was like, what, 62 minutes or something. And I just thought, oh, that's a long time left. I was sort of thinking, if only we'd have scored that goal with maybe 10 minutes to go, 15 minutes to go. But yeah, it was still half hour to go. It was a long time. And I'm
going to throw one negative in there before I end on a positive on that game. See, Soucek injury been confirmed for 3 to 4 weeks now. Big shame, man, because he is, he's not magnificent, but he's a good, and he frees up Rice to go and do things, and then vice versa, Rice frees him up to go and do things, and it's just because in the next game, if Soucek wouldn't have got injured, for me it would have been Rice and Soucek, Fornells and for Noble. That's what it would have been for me, but obviously now got to change it about a bit again.
Yeah, I don't think Moyes would be starting. Well, I don't think he'd be dropping Noble regardless. I don't think he wants to. 100% agree there, Neil. Yeah. But I thought Soucek looked good. He was around. He was all over the pitch. He was getting involved everywhere. He was putting in tackles. He was a nuisance from set pieces. Obviously, being so tall. It's such a shame. I haven't seen how long he's out for, so I don't know if it's a long one or not yet. I don't know.
3 to 4 weeks, Clarence Hugh, Sam.
That's a shame.
It's a long time when you're this late in the season. That's the thing, that you can miss quite a lot of games in that time, which is a big shame for someone who's come in and he sort of has hit the ground running. I know we haven't won a game with him in the team yet, but it's not because of him. It's not because he's played bad. Soucek, not all that he runs around. It's about. I wouldn't say he just runs around, mate. He seems to get in the box, lays the ball off nicely. So for me, like him. Okay, so positive, end on, mate. Got to be said. Absolutely brilliant, no?
Yeah, really, really good. Considering his second appearance. His first one was against Liverpool as well. I don't think he looked
against Origi. Obviously, this game is against Mane. Mate.
I don't think he looked out of his depth at all. At all. I think he looked more comfortable than Fredericks. And for me, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. And for me, he needs to run of games. I don't want to say, right, that's it. He should be our starting right back now because he's only played a couple of games.
Got to start Saturday. Though.
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to see him dropped again. Definitely, he looked confident. He looked comfortable on the ball. He made some good overlapping runs, some really, really good tackles as well. He looked a real prospect, and hopefully we'll get to see him have a run of games now.
Was that tackle he made on Mane right at the end? His heart in mouth, like, if he gets it wrong, it's a pen. But it was like perfect, absolutely perfect challenge. Who was your man of the match for that game? Obviously, we lost. I don't know. We're looking at it as a loss, but really weird to say a defender when you've conceded 3 goals. But...
Yeah, I mean, I'd be thinking of Bonner, but I'd probably give it to Antonio. I'd probably give it to Antonio.
Really good. Snodgrass as well. His delivery was fantastic all night. His delivery was fantastic. It's just he hasn't got pace anymore. I don't know. He probably never had pace, but.
No, I was impressed with Antonio. He was harrying. He was busy. He was his work rate was really good. That pass that he played to Bowen at the end of the game was world class. That was a fantastic ball. If De Bruyne had made that pass, people would be going mad about it. I'd give it to Antonio, I think.
I'm going to pop in the chat here before we move on. So, if we can keep individuals down, then I'm hopeful we can win enough games to start. Yeah, I did put a poll out. And I'll flash it up in a minute before we move on. I'll put that up in a minute. Move Snoddy into Soucek's position and start Bowen on the right. Make that, mate.
Yeah. Definitely. As much as Snodgrass is so difficult because you need him in the team for his delivery. His delivery is sensational. I would agree with that. Yeah, definitely. Because Soucek's injured, definitely move Snodgrass into the middle and put Bowen out on the right. Yeah, I'd go for that, definitely.
Agree that Irons. He attracts players towards him, leaving more space. Yeah, I agree. And he frees up Rice. And like I say, vice versa, Rice frees him up. He runs around, and there's a stat that he's done more running than any West Ham player in 6 years. Listen, if you run around, put your foot in, lays the ball off quite nice, and he's still feeding his way into the team at the end of the day. I like him. I do like him. And I think if we stay up, he could be quite an important player, to be honest with you. So I've just gone ahead a little bit too far there. Okay, Gary says, is his injury a part of our crack training ground? Just seems strange. And West Ham curse, West Ham voodoo, a new player comes in, starts okay, and picks up an injury. It's happened to all of them over the years for a long, long time. So, it could be something to do with the training ground. Our fans, I assume that says, our fans, brilliant up there. Only 1,800 up there made themselves heard and made their point heard. Yeah, all the black balloons come out, loads of banners. You could definitely hear them on the telly. And I think the protest, we will talk about that a little bit later, but I think the protest is going to be really, really successful next week, on Saturday, sorry, not next week. Will Bowen get a full game Saturday? You would assume so. You would assume he starts on Saturday.
I would hope so. I don't understand Moyes' logic when he says he needs to be eased in because he's not used to playing in the Premier League. I don't really understand that logic.
No, he's confident. He's hungry. He's scoring goals. He was
scoring goals for fun in the Championship. He's been playing 90 minutes week in, week out all season. And if that was the case, how does Soucek get chucked straight in? How does Ngakia get chucked straight in? It doesn't make sense. I don't really understand what Moyes was saying there. But hopefully he gets a full 90, or hopefully he at least starts. I want to see him start because he looks really promising. Really, really good movement. He's quick as well.
And Ngakia should start even when Fredericks is fit again. Again, if it's these games coming up, the Southampton, I can't remember the game after Southampton. But yeah, it's these games coming up now where he can prove himself, whether he's got it. If he puts in a good performance against Southampton, who, again, they offer something different than Liverpool. They're not as good as Liverpool, but they're going to be hungry, going to want to beat us, and they're in quite good form as well. Ngakia is a real talent. He kept Arne quiet for 5 minutes. He's hard. Never mind 90. His duties in attack well. I don't know whether he was at fault for the goal as well, like the winning goal. Obviously, Marnie did score the winning goal. I don't think he was. I could be wrong.
No, I don't think so. No, I'm trying to remember who was tracking him. That third goal really came from. So the ball was cleared out, and then Allaire put in a weak challenge. I think it was Joe Gomez put in a really weak challenge. Gomez took the ball. And then Allaire kind of just started running the other way. He didn't track back, and it left an easy pass out, and then the ball across. I don't know. I can't remember now. But I don't think Ngakia was the one marking Mane. So I don't think it was his fault. Put it that way.
Anyone know how the closed doors friendly went with Spurs yesterday? Yarmolenko and Sanchez apparently played. I don't know. I'm sure Paul will do a bit of research now. Yarmolenko's one, mate, as well. If he comes back, he's the sort of player that's got a goal in him. He's not pacey at all. But, definitely a good option to have on the bench. No, Yarmolenko. Not Sanchez. I couldn't care less if that he's ever puts on a West Ham shirt again. I think any of us could do better than him. But Yarmolenko's definitely a good option to have. Yeah,
of course. I really like Yarmolenko. I really like him. He's dangerous. He's got that really, really sharp left foot. He scored goals, which not many of our forwards have done this season. I really like Yarmolenko. I definitely would want him to have a place on the bench, if not starting.
That's it. His left foot is, definition of wand. I mean, it is a wand, that left foot. It's definitely just options, shall we say. Yarmolenko, not Sanchez. And Gakir is clearly our best right back and should start every game. Like Paul said, I want to big the geezer up too much, but he has definitely earned his right to have a little run in the team now. Would have been so checked for me if he hadn't have gone off RC for man of the match. See, there's a lot of agreement and disagreement on how you think Sergio's played.
That's a good thing, though. Like the fact that everyone's got the different ideas for man of the match means that a lot of players had a good game, and that's that's a good thing. That's what you want.
Every game now needs to be a cup final. Now it does. Gary Neville said it. Every West Ham fan has said it. Performance was benchmarked. Now, you've got to go and play like that now for the last whatever it is, 12 games, is it? 13 games, whatever it is. You've got to go and play to that level every game now. And Gakir has to be the right spot for the rest of the season. 2 excellent performances in a row now. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit. Again, I hope it isn't the same result at the end of the season. It reminds me a little bit when Glenn Johnson come through. Obviously, we went down that year. Hopefully, that doesn't happen again. Same sort of thing. When Glenn Johnson come through, I remember him being a bit of a lift for that last little bit. He did really well when he came in, Glenn Johnson. And obviously, he went on to have a fantastic career as well. Do you think Moyes will stick with 4-4-2, revert back to 5-3-1-1? Right, and this is a poll that I put, so I'll just show you the result.
There goes our monetization.
Oh dear. Right, yeah. So let me just put a poll up that I put out. So, is it that one? No, it's not that one. Is that one? So, 4 or 5 at the back, and obviously 94% of you saying 4 at the back, and only 6 saying 5. He's got to stick with 4 at the back now, mate. We've got our best performances with 4 at the back. If you're going to change to 5 at the back, this is something you need to do in pre-season. You get a lot of time to play that sort of formation, and you haven't got enough time to be experimenting. 4-4-2s give us our performances so far.
That's it, and I think that's what he needs to look at. We've played best with 4 at the back. Stop chopping and changing. Stop tinkering. Stop fiddling about. Stick with what's worked. Yeah, definitely 4 at the back.
Anderson gets a lot of stick. He can be the difference. But listen, I like Anderson a lot. The only reason I'm saying it is because I've heard other people criticising. My dad actually texted me during the game, and he was like, "Has Anderson done anything?" His first half, but he's my favourite West Ham player. So I'm one to give him more time, and he can be really, really good. But there's no denying he was really, really poor. There's something at the moment's not right with him. He just doesn't drift past the player like he did first year. Just seemed to float past players. He just ain't in at the minute.
Like you say. I mean, first off, he was a good outball. I'll give him that. He was a good outball, but every time he got it, he gave it away. Every time. He looked disinterested. He was just strolling around. I don't think he had a good half at all the first half. Second half, he did improve a lot. I think he come out a lot better second half. And we did see him start taking players on and start doing little tricks and jumping over tackles. He's still got it, obviously.
I think you've got to give him... I do give him a lot of credit for his defensive work as well. He does... he gets back when he has to as well. He's not just a luxury Brazilian. He does his defensive shift as well, no?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, and I think he does a lot more than he gets credit for defensively. And I'm a big fan of Anderson as well. I like Felipe Anderson a lot, but maybe you give him he was coming back from injury. I don't know. I don't know. I'd still start him next game. I'd still start him because he has got that ability to be a difference maker and to just make something out of nothing. But I don't know. He's an enigma at the minute, Felipe Anderson.
Yeah, I think we can play Noble and Snodgrass together against the Saints. Not enough energy. The only problem is we might not have any different option. You've got to have some still in there, and you obviously Rice picks himself. Then I know. Do you put Noble next to him? And like I say, you have Fornals there as the sort of difference, mate. Or even, is there a case to maybe go Lanzini one more time? If you want a bit of pace, obviously Lanzini offers the pace where Funnels doesn't offer pace, but he offers, the good passing, and he seems to know where the goal is as well. So I don't know what way I'd go there. We'll talk about that in a minute. We need to wrap Bowen in cotton wool. It was lambs to the slaughter. What Moyes thought. He should start against the Saints. Yeah, we should be starting. As I said earlier, Mr. I win games. Better not, better not, mate. Honestly, like there is no place for Carlos Sanchez anymore. Do you know what I mean? He should stick to playing guitars and making good records in Brazil. Do you know what I mean? He's a good guitar player, Carlos Sanchez. That's what he should stick to doing. Arsenal away after the Saints. See, a few months ago, I would have said maybe. They seem to have turned the corner now, Arsenal. They had a really good result the weekend, didn't they? I think they won 4-2, Arsenal. Aubameyang's always dangerous. We'll talk about that next week. But and listen, we lost to the worst Arsenal side. I've been saying that for the last few weeks on this channel. We've lost to the worst Arsenal side I've seen in 20 years. So that Arsenal side has got its confidence back now and started playing. I don't see that as a result at all for us. I don't see us getting anything at all there. Is the discussion about the training facilities overstated when surely getting fit about running and short sprints? Chapel Heath was a great training pitch.
No, it weren't. And we had injuries at Chapel Heath as well. But you say it's a good point. It's not, though. So when you say surely getting fit's about running and short sprints, on the most basic level. But we're not talking about the most basic level here. We're talking about elite, world-class athletes. Like, go back 20 years, that's what they used to do. They just used to run up and down the pitch to get fit. Put those players from 20 years ago up against the players now. It's a completely different ball game. And it's not. That's why we're so far behind, because it's so basic. Everything about us, our facilities and everything, so outdated. It's so old fashioned. And the game's changed. These are, like I say, these guys are elite, world class athletes, and it's more than just doing a couple of sprints. There needs to be more to it than that. And it seems like nearly everybody else in the league, and even most of the clubs in the Championship, have got that right now, but we haven't. We're still doing the same things we were doing 25 years ago. And I definitely, that's one of our biggest issues, is our training facilities. Definitely,
mate. I'm going to flash this up. I've just got to put the laptop charge in, mate. It'll be 2 seconds because it's going to go.
Phil Moyes has been holding Bowen back for the Southampton game. Allaire is so slow. Thing is, though, if you're talking about holding him back for the Southampton game, I don't really like that. I want to see him playing. I want to see him getting up to speed. I want to see him starting to gel with his teammates, and he's only going to get that from playing games. He's not going to get that from sitting on the bench. And Allaire is slow, yeah, but that's not his game. He's not someone who's going to run at players and take them on and hang off the shoulder. That's not his game. I definitely think Allaire and Bowen could form a really good partnership.
Yeah, he actually. I'm going to talk about it in a minute when we talk about Southampton. So I predicted a formation. I've been wanting us to play, and we play that formation 4-2-3-1, and it worked. So I'm hoping he sticks with that 4-2-3-1 for the rest of the season. What players do you think will leave in the summer, even if we don't start E.G. Haller? Yeah, I think you got a point there.
Even if we do stay up.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I think he has got a point there. With even if we start, I could see Haller going. I think
Haller goes. Potentially
Price goes if the price is right. Wouldn't, and I know Paul may think differently, I wouldn't be upset if Lanzini was sold this year. Really wouldn't. I think he's done. Honest with you, I think he's done as a player. I know that's harsh, the sort of player he is, to lose a yard, 2 yards of pace, I don't know. I just don't see it. Again, maybe, pre-season, he may get the Lanzini back. He has come back from an horrific injury. I'll give him that. I don't know. I haven't seen nothing since he's come back. I haven't seen nothing where he was. Not at all. Other players that might go, obviously Zabaleta will go. Anyone else?
Um,
Sanchez has to go.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of the defence. Diop, you might
Masuaku.
see go Masuaku, although it depends on who's manager as well, because Moyes likes Masuaku, and he's just signed a new contract as well, hasn't he? He only signed a new
5
contract
years.
in the summer, so I don't know if he will go. You might be more likely to see Cresswell go. I don't know. It'd be an interesting one. If we go down, I think massive clear up.
Mass clear up. Yeah. Wilshere maybe. Might just losses with him. It is such a shame. It's such a shame with Jack, but he's too busy getting in tumble dryers. I think Yarm, a brilliant player. I think sadly he's going to be another Andy Carroll. We only get to see him 20% of games. Yeah, he is a good player. At Dortmund, he was a good player. And we have seen how good a player he can be. Goals against Man United, the goals against Everton. He scored a couple earlier this season as well, didn't he? Like you say, he just seems to break down too much all the time. Someone's at the front door. Bowen Yarmolenko replacement, unless when he's used, he's put up front. Fornals showed Moyes up last night and proved, in my opinion, why he is better than Lanzini. That for you, mate.
Sorry, mate, I'm distracted because someone's at the front door.
Yeah, so for me, yeah, Fornals obviously. He did show Moyes up last night. He's been out of the team, 4 games is it? Is he's not played? Even on the bench for the City game. Comes off. I haven't done his thing. But I don't know. And then Lanzini, I know I've just was slagging back Lanzini off, but he hasn't shown what Lanzini is when Lanzini was like 100%. Lanzini was brilliant player. But he was 100%. Like you, mate.
He was our best player when he was 100%. Fornals and Lanzini are different players. They're different. I mean, saying that he's better than Lanzini, they're different players. They have different roles. They do different things. But 100% Fornals showed Moyes up. Definitely. I don't understand what Fornals did wrong to get dropped. Before Moyes came in, every game he played, he was looking better and better. I think in those 5 games before Moyes came in, he had 3 assists and a goal. So I don't know why he got dropped. It was a wrong decision to drop him. And yeah, definitely 100% he should be in the team. And he should be in the team in front of Lanzini at the minute. Yeah, I agree with that.
We own 3 training grounds.
There's Rush Green and Chabweef, isn't it? We've got 2.
Yeah. We still own Chabweef, yeah?
I'm pretty sure we've still got it, yeah.
What's happened to Ben Johnson? Hopefully him and Ngakia can. I assume that means to progress. Ben Johnson got quite a bad injury, I think, early on in the season. Yeah, he's another one. He could play left and right back. So, yeah, definitely one for the future. And hopefully, like you say, if one of Masuaku and Cresswell go, there's potentially a place for him to either be the backup or the starter. In that case. I thought Bonner was man of the match against Liverpool. Diop was excellent too, which was good to see.
I'll tell you what, one thing I saw from Diop against Liverpool that I haven't seen from him before, he was actually winning headers. Diop is normally, for someone so tall, he's normally not very good in the air, but he won a lot of headers against Liverpool, so that was good to see. Hopefully he starts bringing that into his game.
Something a bit yep, just done that one. Playing 5 at the back at Southampton would be ridiculous. It would be absolutely ridiculous. We'll talk about that in a minute. Just going through the questions because it's a nice way to. Is that 6% Moyes votes? Probably, mate. It seems to be getting better and better with decent players next to him. He's easily 70 to 90 minutes. If he has a good Euros, mate, tell you what, he's got a chance. Tony's going to talk about Tyson Fury, yeah. Didn't I say Fury would attack Wilder and get the stoppage? Fury's the best boxer in my lifetime, even better than Canelo and Mayweather. We're going to talk about that at the end, mate. But yeah, other teams are still scared of Anderson, though. They mark him tight. Yeah, that's a very good point. Even when he's ineffective, he still gives you. Again, I compare it to St. Maxim against us. St. Maxim's end product was awful. The game against us. The sheer pace and power of him terrified us, absolutely terrified us. And that again, Antonio as well. His touches are so awful, so awful. You know, you've got to give it to him. He passes around and he can barge any man off the ball. But Jesus Christ, his touch is horrendous. Anderson is the most frustrating West Ham player. So much better than he is. That's why he gets a stick. Yeah, and I think the 40 million price tag doesn't help him either. You know, for West Ham, 40 million is a big thing. Oh, Jesus Christ, loads of comments. In my opinion, Anderson is a scapegoat at times and doesn't always deserve it. Kept Robertson few yards deeper, especially in the second half. Anderson next to Rice.
I don't like Anderson in the middle, especially not playing that deep. I think he's best on the wing where he can pick the ball up and he's got a bit of space. He can dink around. Yeah, I don't know. He's played in the middle a couple of times further forward. I think he's better on the wing.
Someone seriously, mate. Snoddy has bags of energy. The man's non-stop money. Yeah, he is. He is. And I really like him. I really like Snoddy. Like I say, may not be the best footballer, but you know, he's in terms of techniques with his passing and his set piece ability, one of the best out there. Anderson needs teammates to be on the same wavelength. He cannot do everything himself. I thought he made the difference to our attack against Liverpool. He's still slated. Yeah. Ben Davis, and why don't we sell two of them and put a state-of-the-art facility? Definitely missed Anderson when he went off on Monday. He was coming into the game. Yep, mentioned that. Does anyone actually care if Haller goes? Good question. I would, because you know this was our thing of buying a really good striker here. But I don't think he, especially if Moyes stays, I don't think he suits the way Moyes wants to play.
I've got absolutely no doubts whatsoever. I think Haller probably will go. I've got no doubt wherever he goes, he will be banging goals in for fun. Absolutely no doubt about it. He's I don't care what anybody says. He's a very, very good player. I think the biggest problem is he doesn't want to be at West Ham. He does not want to be at West Ham. I think he's rocked up within a very short space of time. I think he's thought, what have I done to my career? And he just wants out. So for that reason, I wouldn't be gutted if he went. But like I say, I've got no doubt he's a fantastic player. And wherever he goes, he'll be scoring goals for fun.
Yeah. I think it's getting back down to the scouting West Ham. You know, it was one of them, you know, we wanted Maxi Gomez originally. It was just a case of he go and get him. He might not suit plan that the Greenie was going to play. Let's just go and get him. Rather than this guy's going to suit the way we play. Again, that's all down to scouting and director of football stuff, that is. Get rid of Masuaku. Gary says, question, what if we don't win Saturday? Then my confidence goes down massively again. Haller will go somewhere else, be a goal machine. Yep, just ringing from the same bell as Paul there. I don't think we'd miss Haller, Lanzini, Wilshere, Masuaku. Masuaku signed a new deal. Is that so we get more money for him, potentially? I think you could add Moyes to that one. Yeah, because Brian was the one who just said that, wasn't it? Chadwick had a revamp last year and the youth team played there. The ball doesn't seem to be willing to put any money in Green. Haller doesn't get himself help, though. We're going to do a couple more, then we're going to talk about things. We've talked quite a lot. Okay, let's move on. I'll move back in. If I've missed your questions now, you obviously can be put them back in. Okay, so West Ham versus Southampton, huge game Saturday. They currently sit 12th on 34 points. Last time out, they beat Aston Villa, which was a good result for us. Beat them 2-0. A guy who's in fantastic form for them, their top goal scorer, is Danny Ings, a player we could have done with someone like that. I tell you, we definitely could have done someone like that. And talking of Haller, a lot of talk. Last time we played him, we did 1-0, and it was Sebastian Haller. Last season at London Stadium, I was there. We beat them 3-0, 2 goals from Arnautovic. Let's have a look. This is a new thing, obviously, that started adding to the show how they've been lining up. They say they lined up against Aston Villa. Mate, who do you like? Who do you fear?
I mean, obviously that the front two, Danny Ings and Shane Long.
Long loves scoring against West Ham as well.
Yeah. So, but apart from that, I mean, Ward-Prowse is a decent player. They don't have that many, they're not really got anyone scary. Obviously, Danny Ings is banging goals in for fun this season, but
quite like Bertrand. Left back.
Yeah.
I say Ward-Prowse, good set piece delivery. We can't be giving free kicks away. So he can bang a lovely free kick. He can, but yes, same mate. It's keeping Ings and Long quiet, really, isn't it? So looking at us, so that is how we lined up against Liverpool. What changes, mate, if any? Obviously, Soucek is a forced one. What would you be doing?
I would be tempted. So if Soucek's out, Soucek is out. Paul Noble back next to Rice, move Snodgrass into the middle where Noble is, and then put Bowen out on the right hand side. I think that's probably how I would line up. Or maybe if we were going to play like that, if you wanted to play a bit more attacking, have Rice and Noble, and then I don't know, you could even play Antonio on the right, Bowen in that Noble spot, Anderson, and then Haller up front. I don't know. We've got options. We do have options when it comes to we've got a lot of attacking players at the minute. So
yeah, some good points there. How is that starting 11? Saints side above us in the league. Again, it's just they have not had an injured goalkeeper. That's one thing. But they just haven't turned up this year, mate. That's the main thing with it. Do you think, mate? Do you think about this game? It is huge. We need the level of performance that we put in the other day.
I don't know. What worries me is we're always up for it against I say always. We weren't against City, but generally we're always up for it in the big games. We always seem to show up. But then when it comes to playing the teams around us, I don't know. I don't know if these players are up for it. I don't know if they're up for the fight. That's what this game will hopefully show us. It will show us if these players are ready to fight and keep us up or not. I don't know.
It cannot be a lackluster performance. We just can't afford for it to be a lackluster performance. Hammerwell would like to see Cornell start. Yeah, definitely. And Saints seem to be playing out away. Your predictions, mate. I'll show you what our poll I'll put out before the game. So lose or draw. 68%. Obviously, it's only West Ham fans that vote on it. 68% think we win. That's a lot better than it has been over the last few weeks.
Confidence, yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna say if we win, it's gonna be narrow. It's gonna be a tight win. I really don't know. Like I say, it depends on whether they turn up to fight or not. Basically, I don't know. I wouldn't want to make a prediction.
I don't think I can make a proper prediction until I see the starting lineup. If it's 4 at the back, and he starts Bowen, things like that, I'm really, really confident. If it's revert to type of 5 at the back, I don't think we win. Saints is the biggest game of the season. We have to start well and keep pushing right. And good question, this one. Do you think the upturn in our performance is down to Nolan?
Not really. I mean, what upturn? We played better against Liverpool, but I don't know. It's a bit early to say that. Oh, don't get me wrong. I really like Nolan,
mate,
but
I think it's because he's been forced to change it.
Yeah.
The Fredericks injury killed 5 at the back for him. He doesn't trust Zabaleta at right wing back.
Do you know what? As well, I think if there wasn't such a backlash after the Man City game, I don't think he would have gone out so attacking against Liverpool. I genuinely think if there weren't such a big backlash, he would have played the same against City as he did against Liverpool. And I think it was the pressure changed it.
I think the thing is as well, like game we lost 3-2. Again, what feels better, losing 3-2, basically 1-0, or losing 1-0, and we would have been fended out and not attacked any of the game. What feels better?
It's not even that, mate. Like the whole protecting the goal difference and all that rubbish. If you look at the game, so we set out to completely defend, not to do anything against City. We lost 2-0. So we were -2. And then against Liverpool, we actually went for it and we only lost by 1. So, you know, we are strongest in attack. We've got a lot of attacking players. We're strongest in attack. We need to use that.
Good point from Richard there. Always up for the big games, usually.
Yeah.
I get what
you're saying, but I mean, like we lost against Liverpool as well, but there always seems to be that little bit more energy, whether it's the players are playing up for moves or whatever. I don't know. I'm not saying we go out and smash the big teams. That's not what I'm saying at all. But we always seem to show a bit more effort against the big teams.
Yeah, we'll bow our out if we play like that at Liverpool, still lose, then play crap against Southampton. It's true, mate. It's true. I hope Nolan will put the fight into the players, as I don't trust Moyes. The biggest thing I took from Liverpool was decent from both of us, which hasn't happened for a long time. I am confident Nolan will positive influence in the long term. Yeah, so ahead. I did put one other poll out again, just to see how the opinion lies weekly. It was this one. You think we will stay up? Again, mate, a lot different from last week. 60% now. I think we will stay up. Where do you lay with it now, mate?
This is, it's a bit of a cop out, but it's the truth. The Southampton game is what's going to decide it. It's going to set the tone for the run-in. Games against Liverpool and City are not. Moyes said that himself, and he's right. Yeah, 100%. Brighton was a massive game. We blew that. So that's the really difficult thing at the minute. You know, we were saying the same thing. The same things we're saying now about Southampton, we were saying about the Brighton game. It all depends on that game, you know, because we're going to run out of the next winnable game. We're going to run out very soon. So,
yeah. You think sending Holland out was a mistake?
Not really. Not really.
Maybe Diagana was. Diagana was playing, weren't he? He did get like 15, 20 games under his belt.
You say it's all right. You can say that in retrospect, but at the start of the season, like we've got, and like, so start of the season, you've got Antonio, you've got Anderson, you've got Yarmolenko, you've got Snodgrass. So obviously, Diagana, you're going to send out to play regularly on loan. I don't think that was a bad decision at all. And the same thing with Holland. As much as I want to see young players coming through, and Holland's a bit different, he's got some pace about him. Where does he fit in the team? Who does he replace? No, I don't think it was a mistake sending Holland out.
No. 9 times out of 10, we played the last few months. He's either scored or assisted whenever we do score. So that's 4 hours, obviously. Okay, yeah. So something really important that's happening weekend is protest. Unfortunately, we didn't. Just the schedules didn't match up. I was talking to Graham from Knees Up My Burn and someone from Hammers United. It just didn't match up, and it was just a bit complicated to get them on. I did want to see talk a little bit about it, mate. For anyone who doesn't know the path on Saturday, they'll be starting around the Newham Greenway area, and then obviously, they'll be starting near Plaistow Station, sort of near Black Liony area. And then obviously walking all the way through to the stadium. I think it's going to be huge. I think there's going to be a lot of people there. And what do you think on that, mate? How do you think their message is progressing?
Yeah, 100%. It's building. It's consistent. Definitely, I think there'll be. It's just going to grow and grow and grow, and that's exactly what we want to see. That keep that pressure on, keep the pressure mounting. And I'm sure, I've got no doubt whatsoever, it will be a really good turnout. I did see the board reached out again. I don't know if I'm assuming they did reach out to Hammers United, but I didn't see that. I did see they reached out to WHUISA about meeting again, and again they've rejected it, turned them down,
which is good
because they didn't like the terms. It was too vague. There was no details, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the details. We can't have all this, signing NDAs and not allowed to talk about what went on and all this again. And it's brilliant. We're obviously the protests were having an effect, and obviously these groups are getting at the ball.
Oh, they've rattled them. Yeah,
100%. They've rattled them, and it's just about keeping that pressure on. And definitely, hopefully, there's a massive support for this protest. I'm sure there will be. It'll be fantastic. Really, really.
And
good.
if you do want change, guys, get yourself down there. It's not that far. Stowe Station, and you walk along. Like I say, I reckon there's going to be a good 8,000 to 10,000 there this time. Might be slight underestimate, slight overestimate. I don't know, but I think there'll be a lot more than the 2,000. Really do. Going to go into the comments. They showed up for big teams because they'll get obliterated if they half-arse it. You need the mentality, fortitude, treat every game the same way. Yeah, and that is the difference between world-class players as well and good players, is that consistency. I agree. We follow up Liverpool performance with a win on Saturday. It's all about momentum. I agree. When we loaned out Diagana, we didn't need him. He wasn't great for us when he did play as he was already. Really, I thought he did all right in games. He
did do all right. But again, you understand why he was sent out.
Yeah. Watching our performance against Liverpool was a reminder that we have no business being anywhere near the relegation zone. Awful mismanagement from top to bottom. Yeah, Alan Smith, the co-commentator, he said, he goes, how this West Ham team are down here, I do not know. It's just, again, like you say, anyone see the GSB sticker on the back of that copper? No, sadly, I didn't. Do you think the sea vice will affect the Champions League and potentially the Olympics as well? Olympics is in Tokyo, right next to it. Who knows? I don't know how much again, this turned into a bit of a show, but it's like, I don't know whether the media are sexying it up, should I say.
Yeah, no, they definitely are. I definitely think so, mate. It's as if there's nothing to talk about at a minute in the news, or they're trying to not talk about something else. I don't know, but the press are definitely sort of overblowing the whole coronavirus thing. It's the flu. It's a bad flu. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's being a bit overhyped, I think. But
again, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor, but
no, yeah, maybe we'll get geezer off GMTV on here next week, Dr. Hilary Jones. Yeah, but I don't know, mate. It could affect it. Who knows? The Euros, they've said they won't let it affect it, and the Olympics, apparently they've come out and said they wouldn't let it affect it. Tell you what, mate, before we do the last thing, I know you said we wouldn't, but what is your predictions for Saturday? Just on a whim, before, without seeing lineup or anything like that. What is your prediction?
2-2.
That's a good shout.
It's
a good shout. On Super 6, I think I'll put us 2-2 as well. So yeah, I think that's a good shout. 2-2. I think I could see a similar thing to the Brighton game, where we start quite well, maybe go 2-0 up, or we may go 1-1 and 2-1 up, stop leaving, and we just throw it away. The last bit. Didn't it go up to 22 points we've thrown away now from winning positions?
Over 20 points, yeah.
It's horrendous, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Think where we'd be.
Oh, mate.
We'd be I'm pretty sure we'd be about third or something stupid like that.
I think it's 2-1. Neil thinks 2-1. Liverpool fans on the channel couldn't understand how we were in the bottom three. Yeah, and Liverpool fans, I think we've got quite a good relationship with their fans, obviously because of the FA Cup final and things like that. I think we get on quite well with each other. Yeah, I think a draw, we can't hold on to Leeds. Okay, the West Ham stuff, we're going to leave it there because we've only got about 12 minutes left, looking at the clock. Right, so we will move on, mate. What a fight. Totally against what you predicted, mate. And I think any pundit, I didn't think he could do it. Didn't think he would knock him out. Absolutely bullied him, mate. He bullied him, taught him how to box. For the first second, he ran into the centre of the ring, and Wilder looked and was like, "What the hell's going on?"
Yeah, fair play to him. You know, definitely, I didn't expect that. I did not expect that from Fury at all. And like you say, a lot of the pundits said the same thing. Fury said that he was going to do it. He said he was going to knock him out. He said he was going to press him. He was going to get on the front foot. He was going to back him up. He said all of these things, and no one really thought he meant it. I didn't think he meant it, but he did. He come out and he did it, and it
this
worked.
Punch here, obviously, with a lovely punch,
and it really showed Wilder's limitations.
It was class. It just showed, you know, Wilder on the back foot. He can't do it. He didn't have a clue. You know, he's used to just throwing people away.
Yeah, and a lot
of scared of that right hand.
A lot of pundits have come out and said now as well that could be him. That could be him, because now he's got that loss. Now he's been found out that he can't fight on the back foot. That's it now. That's the blueprint of how to beat him.
And he's shown he can be hurt. You know, obviously, if you class it as a slightly, I wouldn't say a lucky punch, because obviously he did hit him, but have the effect of the burst eardrum. Would you say that's a little bit of luck there, or?
Well, you say that immediately.
And I love Fury. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying he's a lucky fighter at all.
Apparently, and I don't know how true this is or not, but apparently the ref has said in interviews since that the blood was coming from his earlobe.
And that's what Wilder has said as well. It's like apparently like a little six cut.
Yeah, not from inside his ear. And to be honest, mate, if that's true, that makes that performance even worse.
Yeah, mate, he was holding on to the ropes at one point and couldn't
makes
stand
it even worse, because if he had actually ruptured his eardrum, fair enough, he's going to find it hard standing up, let alone standing up while you're getting punched in the face. But if it weren't even a ruptured eardrum, I don't know, it makes it even worse. Terrible performance.
Fury rightfully deserved the win and was a much better man, but watching it back, there were a lot of clinching going on, and he rightfully had a point to shoot the messenger. Listen, I thought it was good. You know, he used that extra weight with a clinching. You know, that tired him. He got over him. It's all these little tactics that make you a world class boxer. It's all those nasty little clever things.
The point
deduction, especially in America.
The point deduction, I'll be honest, I thought was poor. I thought it was a poor deduction. It came out like, it warned both boxers, but when he was warning them for not listening. He was warning them for not breaking. A couple of times Fury punched out a clinch. And that I don't know, it just seemed to come out of nowhere, that actual deduction. When he actually deducted the point, I don't think there was much going on. I don't know. To me, that stank of your typical, we need to take a point off Fury here because Wilder's getting beat up. I don't know. I didn't like that.
Yeah, maybe you know, the point deduction. Maybe they was hoping for a negative response from Fury. You know, so he becomes a little bit more erratic. You know, and then Wilder maybe gets an opening. But listen, Wilder had no legs in that fight. And did you see the excuse, mate? 40-pound outfit. Okay, mate. You know what I mean?
Ridiculous excuse. He got bullied, he got outboxed, and he got beat up. That's all there is to it. It made me laugh as well in his interview straight afterwards, where he said no excuses, and then made about 5 excuses. He just got outclassed. He got beat up. He got bullied. And it was a fantastic performance from Tyson Fury. It really was.
And obviously, it all counts. He has on the Wilder Fury 3 rematch clause. There's no appetite for that for me. No. I don't think anyone wants to see it. I don't think Wilder wants it. Yeah, I think he's just doing it for a payday. But if I was Wilder, what I would have done, I would have let him fight Joshua, which we'll talk about in a minute. You know, potentially one of them becomes undisputed. Well, one of them will become undisputed champion, and then fight him. You know, then you're fighting for all the belts, and you've got a puncher's chance to become undisputed champion. Right. People now saying Fury will destroy AJ. because he beat the fraud of a boxer like Wilder. Joshua is a good boxer, a big hitter. Fury fans had to be in for a shot.
Mm-hmm.
And I like both fighters. I like Josh Fury. I prefer Fury, but I think Fury beats him. I do. I think Fury beats him.
I think it's a good fight. Joshua is a far, far, far better boxer than Deontay Wilder. Fury doesn't beat up AJ like he did Wilder. I don't know, man. I think, and I literally said this last week. Technically, Fury is the best boxer in the division. He is. He's the best actual boxer in the division. But AJ is not going to be as easy to beat. And I think people, I think people are getting a little bit carried away. I think people are getting a little bit carried away with just how good Tyson Fury is. Like comments like we had earlier on. Fair play, you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but he's the best boxer you've ever seen. What?
No, he's not the best boxer I've ever seen.
Calm down. And I think people are getting a bit carried away with how good Tyson Fury is. He's a good boxer.
I think that was a great. I'm going to say one of the best performances by a British heavyweight in America. That's how I'm going to word it. Yeah, he's not the greatest boxer I've ever seen, but there's no denying that. He's gone over there. He went to Germany, beat Klitschko. He's gone to America where it's really hard, and he knew he had to get that sort of performance. He knew he had to hurt him, or make him quit, or knock him out. Otherwise, he wouldn't have got the decision. So you've got to give him credit there. You have to give him credit. But as Doctor said, it wasn't a dodgy ear, just a small cut inside. His lip looked weird. Again, I just think when he got it, he took him down with a body shot at one point as well, didn't he? Body shot, actually, and that's very rare in the heavyweight game. Fury can choose how he beats AJ now. Could outbox him or KO him with whatever he chooses.
Calm down, mate.
Yes, but still not allowed to clinch to that extent in a way if it doesn't make it lawful. Again, like I say, it's just cleverness. It is cleverness. Like I can count the best of our generation, Floyd Mayweather. He's made a career out of rubbing that bit of his glove in people's faces. Do you know what I mean? Like he is elusive. He is fantastic, Mayweather. He bends and twists the rules as much as he can. Vander Holyfield made a career out of headbutting people. Do you know what I mean? You're leading with his head. Depends
who the fighter is as well. See, like I remember Ricky Hatton when he went to America, fighting in America. Anytime anyone that's all it was constant. People were clinching, holding Hatton. So Hatton's game was all about bullying and getting on top and really putting pressure on. And they just clinch, and they get away with it. See, when you're fighting in America, they're so biased towards the Americans. The rules change depending on who's fighting. I'm sorry. Like you'll see clinching exactly like that. If it was the other way around, there would be no points deduction.
Yeah, I agree, man. Fighting off Joshua is stupid. He's not a fraud. No, he's not. You know, he has been beaten. No, it's a fantastic fight. It is, and hopefully it does happen. Joshua has beaten nobody's on the Klitschko one, but the Klitschko was a good one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's beaten nobody's and ran. Who's he ran from? Would you say he didn't want to get in there with Wilder? No, I don't think so.
And Eddie Hearn was protecting him.
I think he wants that fight.
He'll want it now.
I would say I don't think it would be a case even then. I don't think it's a case of Joshua running. I think it would be more a case of Eddie Hearn trying to protect him.
Protect the cash cow, yeah. And we've seen what happened. We've seen what happened when he's tried to protect the cash cow. He nearly got caught out with Andy Ruiz, you know? Andy Ruiz nearly ruined everything for him.
But then he come out in the rematch and completely and utterly dominated him. Yeah. I think he took that fight too lightly, and I think that's a lesson that he would have learnt from. I think he weren't like Andy Ruiz. I think he just brushed it off, didn't take it seriously enough, and I think he'll learn from that. And I don't think you'll see him make that mistake.
Oh yeah, again. I think you know, them two do meet end of this year. I think you get two totally 100% motivated boxers in there. You won't have, none of them will be taking it lightly, and that's again the potential of anything happen in that fight. Anything. Let's just hope it's in England. You know,
Mm.
let's hope it's in England. I'll try and get tickets for that. But with that, it'll probably be in Saudi somewhere. It's not all about power. AJ puts good combinations together and box smart. A fit guy as well. Depends on the referee's guy and what their fight away with. Yeah, good debate we've had with you, mate. Really good debate. Interesting stuff. Who's the best heavyweight you've seen in your lifetime? For me, it's Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, no? Unbelievable. Mike Tyson beats anyone.
Yeah. Tyson was just an absolute animal. And like Prime Tyson was an absolute beast. You'd have to argue for Lennox Lewis as well.
Last undisputed champion. 2000. Heavyweight.
Apart from that, all the great heavyweights really were sort of before our time.
You can only be as good as your generation as well. Like, would Klitschko have survived the Tyson era? Who knows? But you can't deny. Klitschko bits. Do you know what I mean? He was undefeated world champion for 11 years. He was in front of you. It's not his fault. His generation wasn't that great.
Yeah. I think that's completely fair. And you're right. You definitely, again, in our lifetime, Klitschko would have to be in the conversation. But I don't know. Klitschko was an effective boxer. I don't know. He was another one of them. I never got excited by his fights. No.
I wouldn't go out and watch his fights. You know, like where there are fighters out there, you know, like say your Canelos, your Pacquiaos and things like that. It's like, yeah, I'll make a point. I'll go and watch their fights. But when he was world champion, it weren't like, oh yeah, Klitschko's fighting. I mean, it's not a fight I wanted to watch. Yeah. His brother was actually a better fighter as well. Brother, the one who nearly beat Lennox Lewis, he was a fighter actually. I'll turn that around, mate. I probably know your answer, but who is best so you've seen in your lifetime?
You think you know my answer?
I thought you said Nigel Benn.
No, if the best is Joe Calzaghe.
Yeah, for British.
I don't even think for British, mate. I think
Well, he's undefeated. Do you know what I mean? Rocky Marciano, man. He's like 40 fights.
Yeah, but
I love Joe. I love Joe, mate. I love Joe.
In our lifetime, you just said.
Our lifetime.
So for me, it's obviously I love Nigel Benn, massive Nigel Benn fan. Joe Calzaghe and Prime Manny Pacquiao are the two for me. Prime Manny Pacquiao was incredible. Like the sheer volume of punches that man threw. Yeah, Prime Pacquiao and Calzaghe would be the two for me.
I think if there's anyone else that I've really, really liked. I don't like the geezer now as a pundit, but I really did like. I did used to like David A as well. I really used to like David A. David A was a really good boxer, but his sort of career just went off the board, didn't it? I think I agree with you with Joe Calzaghe, mate. I think Joe Calzaghe was absolutely sensational.
And obviously, so I see a comment there. Yeah, we know he was a middleweight. We're just talking about all divisions.
We're talking about all divisions now. We've done our heavyweight. We're talking about boxers in all divisions that we like. I used to be a big fan of Kevin Mitchell as well. You know, his career off the. No, I'm not saying he's got a great boxer.
West Ham fan, I'll give him that.
He was a good boxer, though, mate. He was a good boxer. He was a good boxer, but he just didn't take his career seriously. You know, and I think that Upton Park defeat just absolutely destroyed him.
Mate, we said before that Katsidis.
Oh, he was animal, mate. He only lost the class. Only lost the class, that bloke. He was a very good fighter, Katsidis, absolute warrior. Few more questions, then we'll wrap it up, mate. How long would Fury last against Mike Tyson? 2 rounds?
Yeah, he wouldn't last at all, mate.
Nah,
He
was just a few body punches, boom, uppercuts all over. Mike Tyson was the best. Lennox Lewis second. Holyfield third. AJ with Fury. I still think Joshua is nobody's but. Let's go. So it was middleweight. Ricky was great to watch. Yeah, say he was great to watch. Again, another one didn't take his career seriously.
Yeah, I used to like watching his fights, but I never liked. Like I say, Ricky Hatton was a a complete bully of a fighter. Like that was his whole. He liked to push fighters, and
he was another one, just volume of punches as well. He was just volume.
What done him was when he stepped up. When he stepped up in weight, he couldn't bully the fighters anymore that he was doing in the lower division.
And when Mayweather done him,
that's what ended his career. That's what done him when he stepped up.
The Pacquiao one was awful. Pacquiao knockout was awful when Pacquiao done him. Yeah. Ivan Agler, a great fighter. Fought my namesake. The Thomas Earns, great fighter. He's one of my dad's favourite fighters, Thomas Earns. Obviously, of that era as well. Robert Duran. What's his name? Sorry, he's gone. Sugar Ray Leonard. Obviously, all that era. But they're not our era. I've watched the fights. I've watched them back. They're amazing fights. But it's not my era. Mayweather was quality. Yeah. You can't deny it. Love him or hate him. Quality fighter. Roy Jones Jr. as well. Amazing fighter. And we'll end it with this one. Last question. Prime Calzaghe or Prime Frock? Prime Calzaghe. Prime Calzaghe absolutely boxes his head off.
That can't even be a serious question. It can't be. It can't be a serious question.
He boxes his head off. He boxes his head off, though.
Of course he does.
I will leave it there. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Let's hope we win that Southampton game and push on. Thank you, everyone that's joined us. Thanks for all the questions. The chat has absolutely gone off all night, so much so that I couldn't keep up with it. I say, mate. Oh, one thing I did want to say, do apologise, guys. Just remembered. So this T-shirt here, this was the competition one. Flat 4. Please go and check them out on Twitter. They do some really cool stuff. I don't know if you can see that. I'll put up this one here. So if you see, it's like a sort of, what is it called? Fuseball table. Obviously, they've got their little West Ham kits on. It's just a nice little top. It's quite nice. They're really cheap. We're going to be doing some partnership stuff with them. So, go and check them out, guys. The last little questions here. The ref was a complete disgrace against Hatton in a Mayweather fight. And allowed to fight his side. Yeah, and that goes back to the other guy was saying, big show, lads. Yep, we'll leave it there. Say, in your minds, believing, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm going to leave this picture up for you guys, and let's hope that it happens this year. Let's go.